Hi everyone, I am S. Prakash, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. My topic is Industrial Law. The topic 1 Factories Act 1948. What is the Factories Act 1948? The Factory Act 1948 played an effective and more important role in improving India. A 5-year plan was developed during the interim Congress regime to improve certain labor conditions in India, and it also referred to every Factory Act 1934, the Great Britain Factory Act, and the most recent ILO convention in matters of safety, health and welfare, working hours, industrial hygiene and safety, medical examination of young people, and submission of factory building plans. The first effort of cooperation between the government employers and workers with respect to labor took place at the conference in 1942. As a result, after conference 1942, a plenary tripartite conference on the standing labor were established to provide the government with the labor related advices. So, the Factories Act 1948 is a legalization in India that regulates labor condition in the factories. So the next, the lead to submission of legislative measures, including the drafted bill. The Factories Bill was proposed on January 13, 1948, and it was approved by the Constituent Assembly on August 28, 1948. It also received the Governor General of India's approval on September 23, 1948, and it became effective on April 1, 1949. The Factories Act of 1948 is longer and more executive than Provisions Amendment, and the preliminary focuses on health, safety, the welfare of the factory workers, working hours, the minimum age to work, the leave with pay, etc. The industry is constant, a systematic activity that organizes commerce. A factory is a place where certain operations take place. The Factories Act of 1948 controls the daily operations that take place in the enterprises. This including Jammu and Kashmir as well as the whole of India. The Act was then amended in 1891, 1911, 1922, 1934, 1948, 1976 and 1987. The Factories Act exclusive amendment was in 1948. The next is objective. So, the importance of objective in 1948 Act as follow. The first one is the major goals of the Factories Act 1948 is to establish adequate safety measures and enhance the health and the welfare of workers employed in a factory. The Act also protects workers from various industrial and occupational hazards. The first one, the health. According to the Act, all factories must be kept clean and all essential safeguards must be taken to safeguard the health of workers. The factory must be clean water supplies, separate restrooms and urinals must be built in convenient location for males and females. This must be freely accessible to employees and to keep clean. Safety. The safety, the Act requires that machines be properly fenced, that no young adults work on any dangerous machines in enclosed places, and also that appropriate manholes be provided so that employees enclosed may escape in emergency. Welfare. The act specific that appropriate and suitable washing facilities for workers must be provided and maintained in every factory. There must be storage and drying facilities as well as sitting areas, first aid equipment, shelter, restrooms, and lunchrooms. So the next, the rights and responsibilities. The first, workers' rights, employee responsibilities, and inspector penalties and grievance redressal. It is a main rights and responsibilities in the company. So it is everything. It's including to the Factories Act 1948. It is should be implementation and enforcement to the role of inspectors and legal frameworks in the companies, and periodic reviews in every month or every years, and collaborative with the other laws to the Companies Act. So the next is the key provisions. It is a health and safety standards. Working hours regulation. It's very important for a 9 hours. It's 9 hours is a overtime, but in the 48 hours week without appropriate compensation to the company employees. The employment woman is a specific provisions employment women, including the restriction on night shifts and maternity and benefits is given to the companies. So the main conclusions of a Factories Act, it's helping to the employer, employees, and the company workers. Thank you.